Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Elite Sports Podcast Mock Draft 2.0. Michael McKenzie joined by Nick Matro, Andrew DeAngelis, and Dylan Shea. We are not joined by Ty or Hunter today. They had something they had to do. Hunter said he only had to work until 5, but he may have had to go overtime in the potato.
I think that was tomorrow.
Nah, he has a football practice or something like that.
Oh, he has football practice. Of course he does. Whatever. We got 4, and that's good enough for us. How's everybody going before we get this mock draft started?
I'm wearing a Penn State jersey.
Please, for the love of God, we don't want any autism today.
Hot and sexy.
I'm wearing a Penn State jersey, so I'm conflicted right now.
No, you're looking good, Andrew. You're looking really good
right now. Because it's Saquon, right? It's Saquon, but this is not okay. We need to cover this up.
Yeah, you can take that logo off if you want. I wouldn't be opposed to it. All right, we're not gonna waste too much time. We're gonna get right into this. We're gonna go to the Draft Network mock draft machine. Dylan has the first pick, and
he's gonna fuck
Trevor. I'm making it for you because we all know you're picking Trevor Lawrence.
Thank you. You know I had to think long and hard about that one.
Oh yeah, you did. All right, pick 2, the Jets. I have this pick. If I were making this pick, if I were the Jets, you know me, I'm taking Justin Fields here, but I'm not taking the pick the Jets are, and it seems like they're sold on Zach Wilson a lot. They went to his pro day. Apparently that sealed the deal, and apparently he's the lock to go number 2 right now to the Jets. So Wilson, number 2 overall. Number 3, Nick has this one with the 49ers and what has been the most debated about pick in the NFL draft to this point in draft season. Nick, go ahead.
All right, this is easy. The 49ers are only saying they want Mac Jones because they're trying to put up a smoke screen so the Jets take Mac Jones instead of actually taking like Zach Wilson or Justin Fields. The Niners are taking Justin Fields 100%. Shanahan isn't that stupid.
I concur. All right, the Falcons pick number 4. That belongs to Andrew. Who are you taking?
This is this interesting situation because you got a couple really good prospects on the board for the Falcons. And, if it's a no-trade situation like we have right here, I think it's definitely a possibility that they trade out of 4. But since they're not in this situation, it's going to be Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is the top prospect on the board, in my opinion, at this point. He's the best tight end prospect I think I've ever seen. It's an easy pick here for me.
He's not a tight end.
He's like
he's listed as a tight end.
He's easily a tight end. It's not even a question. Don't listen to the dumbass.
He can convert to wide receiver, but he's probably going to end up playing tight end with the Falcons.
He's an NFL tight end.
His pro comparison is 100% Darren Waller.
Probably.
Yeah.
I just think he's a better blocker than Waller is.
Oh, yeah, he's a much better blocker than Waller is.
100%. All right, so now the Bengals up on the clock at number 5. This pick belongs to Nick as well. He didn't want to make this pick because he didn't know what he wanted to do with it.
Conflicted, but I'm just going to take Penei Sewell.
Thank you. I was going to choke you if you didn't pick him. All right, number 6 overall, the Dolphins. I have this pick here. I'm going to go Ja'Marr Chase here. I mean, your top need is wide receiver right now. You got to get weapons for Tua. A big excuse for Tua used was the lack of weapons. You get maybe the best wide receiver in this draft in Ja'Marr Chase, even though he did sit out the 2020 season, put up record numbers in the SEC in 2019 with that LSU offense. Dolphins are taking Chase. The Lions pick. This actually goes to Andrew. We're not going to give this pick to Dylan. So, Andrew.
Dylan, I know you won't be mad at this one. There's definitely a couple of guys you could have in consideration for this pick. I think Jalen Waddle's up there. I think Devontae Smith's in that conversation. You got quarterback potentially with Trey Lance being there right now. But in my opinion, the receiver 2 is Jalen Waddle. But I don't think that's the Lions pick. I think the Lions pick is Devontae Smith. I think the Lions take Devontae Smith at 7 to be their wide receiver 1 for the future.
All right, let me find him. Here we go. Devontae Smith here at number 2. I disagree with you about Jalen Waddle's wide receiver number 2, but I think Jalen Waddle would have been the pick there for the Lions. Interesting. Devontae Smith, number 7 overall. The Panthers have the pick at number 8. This one goes to Dylan.
Are we doing trades? I don't remember.
No.
We're not allowed to do trades because we would have made a trade right there at number 7 overall.
Yeah, 100%. But, of course, if I was the Panthers and Trey Lance is still sitting there, which he probably won't, you'll have a team come up and jump up and take him way before 8, probably before 7 too. But so if we're doing trades, I'd trade that. But with Rashawn Slater sitting there, there's no glaring need other than offensive linemen for the Panthers. I would consider Patrick Surtain, but I think you have to go Slater here. He's by far the second best tackle in the draft. And
Wow, Dylan made a smart pick.
And I hate it
Yeah,
because I'm a Giants fan, and that's my guy.
don't worry.
That's
there's
fucking
there's
guy.
plenty of offensive linemen for you, Andrew.
Oh, it's very
Not
For
11.
gentlemen to screw up and pick the wrong guy. Number 9
Gentlemen will
overall,
never
the
trade back. We're
Broncos.
going to take an edge rusher for no reason.
Probably. All right, number 9 overall. I have this pick with the Broncos, and you got to need a quarterback, and Trey Lance is still on the board in
It
this
is
no
an easy
trade
one.
Scenario. If this was a trade scenario and Trey Lance was off the board, I'd be taking Micah Parsons here, but because of how bad Drew Lock is, and with this no trade scenario being in place, I think you got to go Trey Lance if you're the Broncos in this situation here. 10 overall, Cowboys. This one goes to Andrew.
Oh, this is the easiest
Oh,
pick.
God, I forgot I had to make the Cowboys pick. I mean, it's an easy pick to me, but
Yeah.
I just don't like making the pick because I know he's going to make them so much better defensively. He's an elite prospect. Patrick Surtain II, cornerback from Alabama. It's going to Dallas, and I hate
Now
it.
the Giants. I'd hate it too, honestly, if I was a Giants fan. But the Giants are on the clock. This pick belongs to Dylan. Who you taking with the Giants here at number 11 overall? This is interesting with the prospects on the board.
Please don't do
really
it.
tough spot because you have Jalen Waddle still. They don't need wide receiver help. They signed Galladay and all that. J.C. Horn's definitely some guy you would have to look over. Darisaw is the same way, and you need offensive linemen. And if you wanted Micah Parsons, you'd trade back a little bit.
Micah.
Go in the top 15.
Micah.
Mega Vikings.
But I'm gonna go Darisaw here.
Woo!
Thank
Why?
you.
Why?
Okay.
Where's he going to play? Is he going to play right tackle?
Yeah.
You don't trade back
I
for Micah
don't-
Parsons. Micah Parsons
I
is
don't
there. You
like
take
that
Micah
pick.
Parsons.
I agree. I'd go Micah
I
You
Parsons.
just
love
drafted your left tackle of the future. You have a guy in Matt Parrott who can play right away. You have Nate Solder. You don't need to take a tackle 11 if Slater doesn't fall to you.
Well, that
I
pick's
think-
already in the clock.
if
Guess
you're-
whose turn it is now?
Eagles are up, and it is
Stupid.
Nick's turn to pick. So just
Jalen
go
Waddle.
ahead and pick.
Jalen
Okay,
Waddle.
Thank you. We don't have to discuss that. Chargers
No.
pick at
JC Horn could be
13.
in the
This one,
conversation. I'll say that right now.
what?
It's the Eagles. It's JC Horn could definitely be in the conversation right there.
Oh no,
It's the Eagles,
he was gonna be my pick if Jalen Waddle was off the board.
but he's not.
Yeah, if Waddle, Smith, and Chase are all off the board at 12, I think
choose
you got to go
Horn.
Horn. But if one of those top 3 receivers or Kyle Pitts is there, you got to take him if you're the
No,
Eagles.
100%.
All right, so number 13 overall, the Chargers. This pick belongs to Andrew.
Oh, Tyler, we're thinking of you right now, man. About to make you
Don't
horny
do
with
it,
this
don't
pick.
do it,
JC
don't.
Horn's going to be the Charger.
Oh, he'd love
You know
that
Ty
so
loves
much.
him. All right, so Nick, you got your wish. One player is still on the board for the Vikings here at 14. Make the pick.
Elijah Vera Tucker.
I don't like it. I don't
All right,
like it.
Vera Tucker
He's not
goes
top
there. Now the
15 talent in
Patriots.
my mind.
Micah
Now the
Parsons is still
Patriots
on the
picking
board.
here. This was initially Nick's pick, but we had
Goes
to
to
make
Dildo.
it Dylan's pick here because Nick had the Patriots last time. So
Mhm.
Dylan, make the pick here at 15.
I don't think Mac Jones is a first-round quarterback, so I'm going to go.
Thank you.
Micah,
Parsons, probably say-
Dylan, say it
I
quickly.
understand your thought process, but
Micah.
I also don't think the Bill Belichick really thinks highly of Mac
Yeah,
Jones.
exactly.
I don't think
So-
shaking your head at Mac Jones's pro day indicates that you are very high on that quarterback. Yeah,
Right.
Parsons here. That's a great pick. All right,
But that could
16, the
be something
Cardinals.
We're getting blinded by.
This is interesting for the Cardinals here because, I mean, the top 2 corners are off the board, but that is obviously your biggest need right now, and there's no doubt about it. So I think that they decide to go with – I know he's had some injury issues, but at one point considered a top 2 corner in this class. I think they go Caleb Farley here.
It's not a bad pick at all.
I think him falling, even though he
I
does
risk
have
I
his
will
injury
for
issue,
sure.
that's a good pick for the Cardinals. Him falling, I feel like he could be a semi-steal at 16. But that's just me personally. The Raiders at
Being the
17.
third
This
corner
pick
off
is
the board
Dylan.
easily.
This
The
pick is
Raiders
Dylan.
just decimated their offensive line, so they have to go offensive line here.
I wouldn't say have to.
No, they
And
don't.
what else are you gonna go?
I would.
Derek
have
Carr.
runs.
I would, but I wouldn't say that's absolutely 100% what you
Derek
do.
Carr is going to be looking like Mahomes in the Super Bowl if you don't take an offensive lineman.
What they
Yeah,
should
I'd
do is
go-
they should take offensive line, but it's Mike Mayock. He'll probably take another corner or receiver because he's a dumbass.
You might take an edge rusher.
Give them Rashad Bateman.
Nah, Tevin Jenkins.
Great pick. That's the perfect team for him to go to.
That
100%.
is a great pick right there with Tevin Jenkins. 18, the Dolphins up again. Nick has this pick.
I was thinking about this for a little. Quiddy Pay.
Ooh, Pay is.
Quiddy Pay.
Hey,
They're taking
still
in
on
that.
the
They're taking
board.
in that. They're taking
I don't
an
know
edge.
if I like that. I don't
They're
know.
I
taking
like
an
it.
edge.
I like it. I think he's the
They-
best edge
they're
rusher
ta-
in this draft, personally.
They're
Jalen
taking
Phillips,
it
in
out.
my mind, is the best edge rusher. That's not even close to me.
Ooh, okay.
I'm taking Quiddy Pay.
All right,
Nice.
Washington with the pick at 19 here. This is my
It's you,
pick,
Michael.
and this is interesting because you still kind of need a quarterback here with but Mac Jones is the only guy on the board, so I think you kind of push that aside, and they're not going to take quarterback here. This is, you do need tackles, but you also need linebacker, and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is still on the board, the
Yeah, I hate
linebacker
that
from
name.
Notre Dame.
Awusu
I'm a-
Makorowoa.
I think I'm going to go with Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, the linebacker out of Notre Dame here at
I
19,
hate that name.
to go to the football team. I hate the name, but I like the player.
Yeah, that
I
name.
don't.
I think it's a solid fit for him in the Washington football team's defense. So Bears picking at 20. This pick belongs to Monkey Boy Andrew.
Oh
you
God, there
got?
goes Nick's outburst again. That's the first one of the episode. Now this is definitely a interesting pick. There, if you haven't heard, Anthony Miller's been in a lot of trade talks. I don't expect him to be on the roster for next season, so you could definitely question receiver. But you have two guys. Allen Robinson's definitely unhappy with the situation he's in as well, so that's definitely in question. And then that leaves you with what? Darnell Mooney. So definitely Rashad Bateman in the conversation. I don't know if I'd say that's my
Marquise
pick
Goodwin
right
as
now.
well.
Mac
just signed
Jones is on the
Marquise Goodwin.
board. Be quiet. Mac Jones still on the board. Their offensive line could use some help, but I don't know if they'd necessarily reach for that. But they guaranteed Andy Dalton he was going to be the starter. Not anymore. Mac Jones is going to the Chicago Bears.
You think he's going to be the starter though?
He could compete. He's ready for the NFL. I don't think he's good, but he's ready for the NFL.
I'm just going to act like you didn't say that. Number 21, the Colts pick here. That's Dylan. Please talk.
I don't like this pick. I don't like where they're positioned in this pick with who's left. I see two guys maybe that they take, and it's Greg Newsome and Rashad Bateman because they need corner and they need wide receiver. There's no O lineman worth of a first round pick left, at least not like other than like 31, 32. And it's really going to come down to which guy they like better. And personally, to me, I think Bateman is very underrated. And they kind of need receiver help with T.Y. Hilton getting up there, and he's only on a 1-2 year deal, something like that. So I'm going to go Bateman here.
I disagree heavily.
What do you have him doing?
I'm gonna be honest. I'd have Greg Newsome above
Well, easily.
Rashad Bateman on my big board. But I don't necessarily think Bateman is a bad pick here. I would disagree though.
Why would you take him? I know Hilton's getting older, but you still have Pittman. You still have Paris Campbell. Paris Campbell's iffy. You have Zach Pascal. You have enough guys who can play.
What I will say,
You don't have a great CB2.
Here's the
You have
thing, I
Kenny
think-
Moore. He's solid.
I know
Edge
Greg
rusher
Newsome's
question
there.
with Justin Houston leaving, Danico Autry leaving. You could bring in Phillips maybe. It all depends. Quiddy Pay's there. I think if he
he's
could be an
not.
option. but
And
he's not right now.
I do think that it's not out of the realm of possibility that Tevin Jenkins could slip to 21 and the Colts decide to snatch him up.
I just think he's a right tackle more in the NFL. That's all I think.
I do
Yeah.
think
Shall we on to the next pick?
between
All right, so
okay.
Titans. Let's make this Titans pick here real quick. This is my pick, and I think that this is pretty obvious with who's left on the board. I know they need a little bit of wide receiver help
Najee Harris.
because Corey Davis and AJ Brown, and then what else do you have in that receiving core? Adam Humphries.
Corey Davis is not there anymore.
Adam Humphries gone.
I completely forgot he went to the Jets. I'm retarded.
Corey
guys.
Davis gone.
Reynolds is
cancel
there.
me.
That's it.
Where did
But
Adam Humphries
I
go?
do think that they need more help defensively, especially in that
Don't do it.
secondary. I think you got to go Greg Newsome here.
Okay.
That's
I
the pick.
think
I think if the Colts don't take Newsome, if you're the Titans, you got to snatch him up.
and if the Colts
23.
do take Newsome, they're gonna go Bateman. I think.
The Titans, I don't think they necessarily have to go Bateman.
I don't either. Their secondary is atrocious. It's god awful. Safeties. You have Byard.
At that point, I wouldn't be surprised if they
It's
reach for a
Nick's
guy
turn.
like Stokes. All right, Nick,
Okay, Nick, go.
you pick with the Jets here at 23.
I don't care what any of you say about there's a taking Jalen Phillips.
Okay,
I like it.
solid pick.
Best player
Steelers pick at
available.
24. This
The Browns
belongs to Andrew.
The Titans
so-
should have taken Najee Harris.
Yeah,
Derrick
shut
Henry is too old.
Stop talking. All right, Andrew, pick Steelers.
All right. So, you guys, I hope you're not mad at me with this pick.
Wait. First of all, why is Travis Etienne over Najee Harris on this?
This is the Draft Network. This is not the greatest. It's solid, but it's not the greatest.
It's better than PFF though. It's still
Yes,
better.
it's a
than
lot.
PFF.
It's a lot better than PFF.
PFF
Hey,
has a
hey,
third round
Andrew,
grade
I'm
on
just saying now.
Najee Harris.
If you say Zaven Collins, I won't be too upset.
I wouldn't either.
The couple players I have in question here. Obviously, you got your two, in their mind, top two running backs on the board in Etienne and Harris. You got IL maybe. You got offensive tackle. I don't think cornerback's really their biggest need. I think they have enough guys that they can use.
I mean,
So,
losing Mike Hilton and Steven Nelson isn't exactly the best problem to have.
it's not, but it's. I think
Najee
their
Harris
offensive
or
line
Zaven
got a lot
Collins.
worse.
All right, so Andrew, what's the pick here?
We will fix our O line later in the draft. That's what we always do.
Please stop talking.
Fuck you, Michael.
Najee Harris is going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Yes. Agreed. Agreed. All right, the Jags pick here at 25. This pick belongs to Dildo.
Dildo.
So Nick, the pick.
Travis Etienne.
No.
No.
I'd say I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. It's the safety from TCU.
Trayvon
Trayvon Morig.
Merrig.
Murray.
Morig? I don't care. I'm calling him Morig.
Their offense isn't that bad. I think Shark and Chenault will develop and have developed over the offseason pretty well.
Marvin Jones. Nick's
Marvin
favorite
Jones
player in the
coming
league is Austin
definitely
Love.
helps.
What I do?
Also DJ Chark.
I think you got to focus on defense there.
DJ Chark.
All right, Trayvon
He's
Morig.
getting
Browns
Morig.
pick at 26. Andrew
No, you're
on the.
Your least
Fuck,
favorite player
man.
should be
Me?
DJ Moore after I dropped 70 on
Yes,
you. in
Andrew,
Madden.
you're the one who randomized it. You should know you have the Browns pick.
I wasn't. I just didn't know my.
Andrew, pick.
Okay, yeah, I know. So there's three guys I have right now. You got Azeez Ojulari on the board. No, maybe four guys actually. Azeez Ojulari is on the board. Xavier Thomas is on the board. Shut your dumb ass up. Jamin Davis is on the board. Maybe another guy you could put in question. Maybe Barmore. They just got rid of Sheldon Richardson today. But in my mind, it's actually not one of these top five players according to their board. It's going to be Jamin Davis. He's going to be your Mike linebacker for the future. Jamin Davis is a stud linebacker out of Kentucky, who I think is perfect for the Browns scheme.
I don't hate it.
All right, Jamin Davis, 26, and I hate to say that would actually be a solid pick. 27, the Ravens are on the clock. This is actually Nick's pick. It was supposed to be mine, but Nick and I switched.
This is a very hard pick for me because I don't know what the Ravens are going to do.
They need more running backs.
Yes. Travis Etienne.
Etienne. They could go They could go Osai. I'm going Joseph Osai.
I just think that's a little bit of a
Joseph
reach for him. I think it's definitely an interesting pick, but I feel like it's a little bit of a reach.
I think I'd take Ojulari over Osai personally.
I would
I
too,
agree.
but I also don't know how that would fit with them. I mean, he could be your Matt Judon replacement, but you have Tyus Bowser still. You
Yeah.
could put him down on the line, but I don't know how that would
Tyus
work.
Bowser's a goat.
Hey,
You
guys,
also
hold
have
up real quick. Hey, real
Jason
quick.
Owe on the board.
All right, so the Saints pick here, and this is actually my pick,
Oh boy.
and I'm trying to see what
Travis
corners are left.
Etienne.
Because
Travis
pers-
Etienne.
Just
Stop.
click on the position thing. It shows you what corners are left.
Yeah.
Middle.
Position-
Left.
Go draft.
Sorry.
No, position.
There we go. I'm retired. You
Travis
guys know I'm
Etienne.
retired.
Cornerback.
Now,
Alvin
corners
Kamara is
left.
washed.
Now, I think Eric Stokes would be a solid fit here for the Saints, but I think that there's another guy on this board who could surprisingly jump big time, who's a slightly better scheme fit for the Saints.
Don't you
and
fucking
someone-
say Wyatt Davis.
Wyatt Davis is a
We
guard. I'm
don't need
picking
an
a
offensive line
corner.
at all.
I'm picking corner, Nick.
Yeah,
Idiot.
yeah. You'd probably
I'm gonna
try
go
to
with
pick Wyatt
Asante
Davis.
Samuel Jr. out of Florida State.
See, he's
What's
a
that? What is that either? I just heard a-
he's a slot guy. I mean, he thinks he's an NFL outside corner, but he's not. He's going to be a slot guy, and I don't think that's the right move necessarily for them. I mean, their corners are getting old. I would personally take Kelvin Joseph or Eric Stokes because I feel like they'd be better suited to be playing outside in the NFL.
I like Samuel.
I don't hate the pick at all by any means.
I mean, I would 100% see your argument for Stokes here over Samuel, but personally, I feel like Samuel is the better fit here for the New Orleans Saints. Obviously, we can differ on that. I know he's going to be a slot corner, but I feel like he would be a very solid replacement for Janoris Jenkins, considering they had to cut him because of the cap hell they were in. But we're going to move on here. 29 Packers. This pick belongs to Dylan.
Shut up.
All right, is this what I think they're gonna do or what they should do?
This
They're gonna
is
they're
what
gonna
we-
take Kellen Mond. They're gonna try to
this is what
Back
they
on.
this is what they
Lock him
should do.
down.
At this point, this is going to be what they should do because we
Yeah.
don't really know too much.
What wide receivers are left?
Rondale
Terrace-
Moore is the top
Rondale-
wide receiver left.
Kadarius Tony.
More.
Terrace
Kad-
Marshall, Elijah Moore.
Kadarius Tony, whatever his last name is.
I'd go
Tony.
Elijah Moore here. If
Oh, whoa!
like-
Elijah Moore's
Yeah, I like
overrated.
it.
you're finally getting
I'd personally
a
go
round,
Rondale
first
Moore
round.
over
Did you say
Elijah Moore.
Did someone say Elijah Moore's overrated?
I didn't. I
Who
said
said
I'd.
somebody's overrated?
I said I'd go Rondale Moore over Elijah
Nick?
Moore, but I don't. I think
Nick?
Elijah Moore is going to be very solid.
I didn't
Nick
say
said something.
anything.
Nick said
No,
something. He thinks he's
No, I
funny.
didn't. No, I didn't. I'm laughing at what I was going to say next. I'm going to say Michael B. like in the Bills pick. They're going to take Trace Sermon with the 30th overall pick because
They
they need a
are
running back.
because it's 100% happening. Nah. You need edge for the Buffalo
You
Bills.
sound like Dick Vitale.
I like Dick.
Oh, it's awesome, baby! That was horrible.
Elijah Moore is
but yeah,
overrated.
you see edge rusher there, and Azeez Ojulari's falling at this point.
I heard it that time.
This is my pick.
Yeah, shut up,
No,
Nick.
no, it's not.
Yes, it is. Look at the draft board. You have the Bucks.
Wait, there's Trace Sermon.
Nah, this is going to be Azeez Ojulari, seeing as far as he's dropping in the draft.
That's
I think
fair.
the Bills. I think at some point you have to realize that he's the best player on the board at that point in the
Oh, no.
draft, and it's at a position of need for your team. You got to go Ojulari.
Sermon.
Chiefs are up, and this is Andrew's
Box.
pick.
Go to the box.
I get to do the Buccaneers. I can't.
He goes in the box until the Bucks pick. All right, Chiefs on the board. This is Andrew's pick.
All right, what's up, normal people? Can you bring Nick back for this? I think he wants to hear this. Welcome back, Nick.
I'm back. Hey.
All right. If you behave, you're gonna like this one. So last time, I believe I could be wrong. I think Mike either selected Wyatt Davis. I think I took Wyatt Davis. At the point, he was a first-round pick, but Mike took Creed Humphrey, and at this point, that's just out of
Don't you
question.
dare take Creed Humphrey. Don't
No,
you
Creed
dare
Humphrey
take-
is Creed Humphrey's at the best center too, maybe even lower. It's not Landon Dickerson. It's not Creed Humphrey. It's not Josh Myers. It's not Wyatt Davis. It's going to be a tackle. This time is Liam Eichenberg, the tackle out of Notre Dame, to be their
I
new
think
left
that's
tackle.
solid.
Eric Fisher and
Pat
Schwartz on
Fryer
the
move because Travis Kelsey is like 90.
Solid with that.
Oh boy.
All right, the Bucks on the clock. This is
Travis
Nick's
Etienne.
pick. What?
Oh,
What?
Travis Etienne.
What?
They're
No.
taking depth with Travis Etienne.
they need 6 running backs.
I'm not making this pick.
Let's
because
count on our hands
making
now.
it.
I'm being serious. Take Travis Etienne.
You don't get to make this pick. We now collectively make this pick.
I agree. Hold on. But let's just take a second. If they were to, according to Nick's calculations here, take Travis Etienne. You got Etienne, Giovanni Bernard. Let's count 2 now. Fournette, Ronald Jones, Keshawn Vaughn, and I believe LaShawn McCoy is still on contract. He
CJ
might be-
Procise. CJ Procise.
He's
That's
only-
7.
7 running backs.
The
You don't
Procise
need
sucks.
one. Give
All
him a
right, so-
receiver, if anything.
Honestly, that's what I was leaning. I think they take receiver here. If I were to make the pick, I'd say Terrace Marshall, but we're going to combine on this one. So
I think the Tom Brady type pick it's between Moore and Tony for me. I don't think Marshall, just because they need more of. I mean, any of those guys can really play slot on the Buccaneers offense. Who the fuck cares?
I
Any of
really
those
feel
guys
like
can go
Marshall-
outside. I mean, Chris
I really-
Godwin's probably going to be their slot guy at this point. AB,
I feel-
he's going to be out the door in my mind.
Yeah.
I'd say Kadarius Toney. I'd like to know what you guys think.
all right, Dylan, what do you think? I think it's Marshall. You can line him up in the slot and the outside. I feel like he could be a versatile use in terms of where you're lining him up in your offensive sets for Tampa Bay, which is why I would have him going here. But Dylan, what do you think?
I don't like any of the wide receivers that are left in a fit for the Buccaneers because they have Scotty Miller and he was pretty decent.
And
think,
Tyler Johnson.
I think the weakest part of your team right now, well, or the oldest, depending on how you want to look at it, is defensive line. So I'd go best defensive lineman available, which I believe is
Christian Barmore. I agree
It's
with Dylan.
Barmore.
That's my pick.
You know
Christian
what?
Barmore can
Looking
buff
at
the
it,
run
yeah.
and pass rush.
Looking at
Give
it, yeah,
him
Barmore would be a great pick.
A guy
there.
next to Sue. Give him a guy
Yeah.
next to Steve London. You got all those bets out there.
No, dang it! I was gonna add him back to the stream when he was showing that picture.
I was flashing you guys.
Yeah, you were.
I have a cool looking picture
Well-
here too.
There goes our draft. All right, so
oh,
we're gonna unshare the screen, but I think you guys watched that draft. I'm gonna go through. I think I remember all the picks here. Number 1, the Jags took Trevor Lawrence. 2, the Jets took Zach Wilson. 3, the Niners took Justin Fields. 4, the Falcons took Kyle Pitts. 5, the Bengals took Penei Sewell. The Dolphins at 6 took Jamar Chase. The Lions at 7, they took Devontae Smith. The Panthers at 8, they took Rashawn Slater. The Broncos at 9, they took Trey Lance. The Cowboys at 10 took Patrick Surtain. The Giants at 11, they took. Remind me who the Giants took again.
Garrison, because Dylan's an idiot.
There, so yeah, because you are an idiot. Nick, what
It's
are you doing?
Dave Gettleman, what do you expect?
You guys didn't let me
Expecting
take
that question,
Travis
'cause he-
Etienne.
he's-
All right,
the
Christian.
type
All
of
right, so
person
Christian
to take
Darrisaw
back.
went 11 to the Giants. The Eagles at 12 take Jalen Waddle. The Chargers at 13 take J.C. Horn. The Vikings at 14 go Elijah Vera Tucker. The Patriots at 15 go Micah Parsons. Not Micah, Dylan.
Micah!
At 16, the Cardinals go Caleb Farley. At 17, the Raiders go Tevin Jenkins. At 18, the Dolphins, once again on the clock. They go.
What do you pay?
They went Quiddy Pay. Thank you for that. At 19, the football team, they go
no.
Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. At 20, the Bears go Mac Jones. At 21, the Colts go with Rashad Bateman. At 22, the Titans went with Greg Newsome. At 23, the Jets went with
Jalen Phillips.
Jalen Phillips. I don't remember any of these picks. At 24, the Steelers went Najee Harris. At 25, the Jaguars went
Hi, Nick.
TCU safety.
Trayvon Merrick.
Oh, yeah, they went Trayvon Murray. At 26, the Browns went – I remember this one, too.
Jamin Davis.
Yeah,
Jamin
that was my
Davis.
I remember.
Yeah, that was your pick. At 27, the Raven – what are you doing? Nick is on a different level right now. That man is zooted in another universe. Oh, my God. What did you take before this thing? Oh, my God.
Wait, Kitty's here.
Pizza.
Hold on. Stop the clock.
No. All right. So the Ravens, I believe they went Elijah Moore, correct?
No.
No, they didn't.
That was
The Packers
Packers.
with Elijah Moore.
Packers went Elijah Moore. Who?
Shut up!
Then who'd the Ravens go with? I forget.
An edge rusher.
Ojolari. No.
No, Ojolari went to the Bills.
What's his face? Why am I blanking on this? This is bad for us.
Last name starts with an O.
Osai.
Joseph Osai. Joseph Osai. At 28, the Saints went with Asante Samuel Jr. At 29, the Packers went with Elijah Moore. 30, the Bills went with Azeez Ojolari. At 31, the Chiefs went with Liam Eichenberg. And at 32, the Buccaneers
Michael,
do you like my
kitty?
Christian Barmore.
Yeah, baby. Big Fat Town.
All right.
We did it, guys. That's the podcast. That's the mock draft. Next episode is going to be draft reactions, hopefully live draft reactions. That's what's going on here.
Michael.
Yeah, that's what you know what's going on. Nick's stupid. He's wearing a Blankenship jersey, which we love, but he's still stupid. I think that's going to do it. Am I right?
What I do?
That pretty
Shut
much
up.
does it. I mean, a solid half-hour podcast, mock draft 2.0. 3 point. We're gonna go. I think what the plan is.
Hi, Daphne.
If we can get this to work out about 30 minutes before the draft, we're gonna go live. We're gonna try to do a quick mock draft, final mock draft. We're gonna include trades in that one to make it a little more realistic. And then again, hopefully, if everything works out, we're gonna go live for the draft reactions. Should be fun because there's a lot of uncertainty in the top 10 about what's actually going to happen because it all depends on what the 49ers do at 3 and what the Falcons do with their pick at 4 if they decide to keep it or trade it away. So again, should be a good time. Again, next episode is going to be live.
Hey, no
We're gonna
biting.
go live a half hour before the NFL draft starts, and that's going to wrap it up. Nick, please get some sleep because
Bye, guys. Love you.
I don't know what's up with you right now. And everybody else, have a good day and do not take whatever Nick took before this.
Drugs.